What's up, guys? International Stacker here, and I'm about to make a crazy video. Ladies and gentlemen, the US is in trouble. It's not what it seems, and I'm going to show you cold, hard proof on why you not only need to stack gold and silver, hashtag I'm not a financial advisor, but why you need to be prepared. Let's get into it. International Stacker. Everybody, welcome to my channel, and yeah, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell, and even join if you want to support the channel. But just know you've got to hit the bell. YouTube is not sending notifications to folks. It's very frustrating. But thank you for joining me. Help me beat that algorithm. Smash the like. Here we go. I'm going to get into it, ladies and gentlemen. The last time we saw this, where's the social distancing? Just kidding. Look at this. This was during the Great Depression. Great Depression was from 1929 to 1933, really. And these were what's called breadlines. So these were people who were lining up, who needed support. They lost jobs. They couldn't survive. So they'd line up for food. They would line up for work. And I've heard lots of people say, "Oh, things aren't that bad in the U.S. You know, we've free soup, coffee, donuts." Well, you know, you don't see people lined up like this. You guys, I saw something the other day that, like, I knew things were bad. Okay, I knew the economy was bad before the beer flu. And if you don't know what the beer flu is, figure it out. Hashtag beer flu. I don't dare say the real word because I don't want to get censored. And people say you can say it without getting censored, but people are still getting censored. They will throw the CDC notifications up under your video. So I'm not trying to be on the radar of the machine, the algorithm. So before this, there was financial issues. There was a business apocalypse going on before this even started. Do you remember Toys R Us shutting down? Do you remember all these chain stores shutting down across the U.S.? I think like Charlotte Russe was one of them or something like that. Anyways, a ton of clothing stores, a ton of different stores across the United States shutting down. You could really go to any strip mall and see a bunch of businesses that couldn't hack it, couldn't make it. That was happening before the beer flu. What happened? Everything was shut down. And the economy that looked good on paper, and I'll do the paper in air quotes, you know, there was major issues going on, major issues. So although the numbers looked good on paper, you could look. I mean, if you go to Zillow and look at how many houses are in foreclosure, it's crazy. Like, just like watch. Okay, let's just do it. All right, so what I just did is I just changed this and I set it for 36 months. 36 months on Zillow. All these red houses have been on Zillow for 36 months. Now let's go over here. Let's just remove the boundary. Let's just go to Phoenix. These have all, whoops. These have all been on the market supposedly for 36 months. That can't be. It can't be this many. Is it? Let's see here. Let's go to more. Yeah, days on Zillow. 36 months. Let's go to 12 months. Look at that. Anyways, I didn't come in here to show you Zillow. I came on here to show you something more shocking. So I'm probably going to edit the heck out of this to get to my point. But let's just go. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, so anyways, back to what I was talking about. I started to see some pictures that shocked me. Look at this. These are folks lining up in Texas for a food bank for Thanksgiving. People have been locked down. People's jobs, a lot of people lost jobs. A lot of mom and pops have gone out of business. Meanwhile, oh, Walmart can stay open. Oh, Amazon can stay open. And I'm guilty. I've bought stuff off Amazon because everything's shut down, right? So all this has done is hurt the little guys and gals, the mom and pops, the Americans trying to make a living for themselves. And guess what? Private businesses employ more Americans than these large chain companies, except they got large, they got fat, they got rich. And here's one more thing I wanted to mention, guys. Not only when you have businesses close, you lose jobs, layoffs happen, but guess what? People start moving out of the city starts losing tax revenue, then they have to fire or downsize public safety, public works, which affects more people's jobs, affects the city, So then people don't want to move there, and it's just an endless cycle, a spiral downward. Sure, look at this. These are lines for people to eat. These are lines. But yes, there's no bread lines in America. Yeah, they don't look like this. This is what the bread lines look like now. And I'd argue it's even, look at this. It's even crazier, I would argue, than back then. It's hidden. Just like inflation is the hidden tax and people don't realize it, they think it was normal that, oh, things just get more expensive. You know, your parents used to be able to watch a movie and get a meal for 25 cents. And, oh, well, no, but things got more expensive. No, a quarter from back then is still worth $6 or $7 today. That can get you a meal at a Subway, right? 5 down the fat long, copy strike. Look at this. This is California. Look at this. And this goes for miles. Look at this. Texas. Florida. This is California. This is another shot in Texas. Look at this. Nationwide, they're saying 54 million Americans don't have access to sufficient food. That's scary. What's going to happen when folks can't eat? Folks will do crazy things to feed their kids. Look at this. Let's play a few seconds of this. Hopefully I don't get copy strike.
The images outside food banks all over.
Look at that. I mean, it's awesome that they're there to help people, but the fact that you have to feed this many millions of people, and look, there's that 50 million number again. I'm trying not to get a copy strike, so I'm going through that quick. I don't know, you tell me. Like, before the beer flu, did you see everything shutting down? Did you see a housing crisis going across the United States? Because I did. I was watching all that stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason we stack gold and silver is to protect our money from the hidden inflation, protect our money from the hidden tax is what I like to call it. Watch this, watch this. Let's go to the Federal Reserve. 2% inflation. I don't know how many times I can beat this into the ground, but look at this. It says right here on the federalreserve.gov, and by the way, the Federal Reserve is not federal. It's a private company. The FOMC judges that inflation of 2% over the longer run, as measured by the annual change in the price index for personal consumption expenditures, is most consistent with Federal Reserve's mandate for maximum employment and price stability. What does that mean? That means you have $100,000 in the bank. The very next year, it's still $100,000, but it's the buying power of $98,000. The very next year, it's still $100,000, but it's the buying power of $96,000. And your money is whittled and whittled and whittled and whittled away until it can't buy anything. But that's why we buy this stuff, guys, because this fights inflation. It's a hedge against inflation. Now, if you're getting in metals for the short term, sometimes you can win, sometimes you can lose. It's a volatile market. But if you're in metals for the long run, and I'm not a financial advisor, but from what I've seen and experienced, you're going to win because this is a hedge against inflation. And check out these YouTubers here, guys. They're great. So what's my point? My point is you got to stack this stuff to the sky. That's my point. Because this is going to preserve your wealth and buying power over the long run. And I'm going to make another video about what folks are talking about with a global reset that used to be conspiracy. And I broke that apart for the algorithm. That used to be those type of theories, right? Oh, that's a theory. We literally have world leaders talking about it now. We literally have world leaders saying it's a chance for a great reset. What do you think is going to happen in a reset when they reset the monetary system around the world? Bad things happen. So having this stuff protects your wealth. But you guys, you can't only be prepared with metals. You need to have emergency food and water. You know, I work emergency management around the world. That's what I do, okay? You've got to be prepared, whether it's to survive a hurricane, a tornado, an earthquake, a pandemic or epidemic where you don't want to go out in public. Maybe there's people protesting. You don't feel safe to go out. There's a million different ways. Get yourself emergency food, throw it in a closet, and forget about it. And guess what? That emergency food can even protect you if you end up in a situation like this, where you lose your job, you lose your business, and you need food. You can sit and survive on it. I really don't care how you do it, but you got to do it. But I do have a solution for you. Oh, dang, IS, you were smooth with this. preparewithis.com. This is where I buy my emergency food. I buy it for myself. Oh, bad gateway. Oh, you know why? It's because I've got my... Okay, there we go. This stuff lasts for 25 years. Put it in a container. It comes in a container. Put it under your bed. Put it in a closet. Forget about it. You've got 2 weeks supply, 4 weeks supply. I mean, $197 for 4 weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, put it in a closet. Forget about it. And if and should you need it, you're going to have it. And you're going to be able to eat. Do you remember these pictures, guys? Do you remember when I warned everyone in December to make sure you're prepared? And then all of a sudden we saw the run on supermarkets, I think into December, start of January, was it? Somewhere around there. I made videos about Costco. People couldn't get toilet papers or anything else. You remember when I showed you all the types of masks you would want to buy that actually protect you? Not like these cloth masks that really don't protect you. And then they're all sold out. Remember when people went to try to get emergency food and it had a 2-3 month delivery time because everyone was piling on board? Ladies and gentlemen, my family in California started to see shortages again. I've heard anecdotal evidence from friends in Florida that there's shortages. Don't get caught not prepared. Silver and gold, again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I believe in that greatly to fight inflation. Food and water, protect yourself for disaster or even hard times so you don't end up waiting in these lines. And yes, I do get a kickback on this. It helps support my channel, so I greatly appreciate it. But you're not going to find another deal this good. You might find equal deals, but you're not going to find a better deal. And if you do, tell me, because then I'll message them and say, yo, they found a better deal, lower that price. And they'll go, okay, IS. But I buy food from myself here because it's the best deal I could find. So anyways, I'll get off the preparedness high horse, but it's so important. If you ever learn anything from me, guys, you gotta be prepared because you don't want to end up like this. And like Lynette Zhang says, I like a lot of her videos. We want to build dynastic wealth. We want to build generational wealth. And if you've missed this video, it's laying out over 5,700 ounces of gold and silver on the table. And I give some stats. But this stuff here is real wealth. It's not digital dollars. It's not ones and zeros in a computer. You actually own it. You actually own it. And you know what I think? I think that's mega. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, comment, subscribe if you like these types of videos. And you guys, I'm going to redo my fire video. I made a video on how to prepare your house for a fire. I was a wildland firefighter for years, a couple of years. I was an elite on an elite crew, and I released that video and a viewer watched it and he used the tips in there and saved his house from a fire. Unfortunately, the video got copyright strikes of some of the pictures I used, and I have to edit out the most important part of the video, so I'm just going to remake it because not a lot of people saw it. Get prepared. Be safe. The best thing in the world is you have provisions, water, food, gold and silver in your house, and you never need to use it. And guess what? Once you get to the end of that 25 years, you can give it to a homeless shelter. You can help people eat. You can switch it out. You can eat it yourself and cycle it through. If you never need your gold and silver, you can pass it on to the next generation and build a dynasty. Build an empire of stackers. Thank you all for watching. Smash that like button. Woo! And I guess I'll say, catch you on the next one. Oh, no, don't forget, there's still a few left of these international stacker rounds at MK Bars. I think the coupon for Black Friday is still working. Check it out. Capital letters crab people. These will never be sold again. Not many left. Still 1 or 2 variants left. You have a chance to get them. And I guess I'll say for real this time, catch you on the next one.
One stacker on a journey.